I was tiny, man. I was like 150.
150?
Yeah, I was nothing but skin and bones.
Whoa.
Yeah, then I hit 165. But like 5 years ago, like I always like train, but not like heavy training. It's like, okay, I see a little bit of results. I could take some selfies now, I'm good. But now it's like more of a lifestyle, it's like
Right.
a work ethic, you commit to.
What you mean?
It's like when you're there, you don't really appreciate it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
And once you get out, everybody's like, "Oh, you from St. Lucia? Oh, it's such a beautiful country."
I see where you're going.
I never thought I would be Muslim. I had friends that were Muslim, and man, I admired them. Because even if you're a stranger, but you say you're Muslim, you're my brother, and you're closer to me than my blood brother, because we have that natural understanding. I used to work out with Pop Smoke.
You used to work out with Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, on everything. But that's back when I lived in Ozone Park.
Oh shit.
We used to go to a gym, LA Fitness, right off the conduit.
How'd you meet us?
At the gym.
Oh
at
shit.
The gym.
Have you ever seen the movie Constantine?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? With what's his name? Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And you know how like the devil shows up at the end, even though like he like defeated him.
Yeah.
I think life is like that. You know what I mean? Like you never killed the devil. You know what I mean? Like it's just
did,
like you never kill that test. It's just it'll maybe you pass this one.
Yeah.
But it's gonna manifest again in a different way.
Yeah. It's true. A lot of people don't want to look in the mirror and confront that part.
Yeah, the ugly parts.
Yeah.
The ugly parts. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. You know what I mean? Like
you can't duck it. You can't duck it. It is what it is, Yeah. I said, look at it.
Look at it. You gotta go. What are you gonna do?
It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know.
So yeah, we got Marvin in the crib. What's up, man?
Everything, man.
How you feeling?
Everything. I'm feeling good.
How was your journey over here?
It wasn't too bad. I was gonna drive here, but I didn't know the parking situation.
What, parking is bad?
No,
Hard to find parking?
Anytime I'm going somewhere for the first time, I don't even drive.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like I have to scope it out first.
Yeah, let me see where I gotta go here, man.
Yeah.
Well, yo, I got you here because I met Marvin at the gym. Homie goes hard, yo. Homie goes hard, yo. And I, like when I'm seeing this guy, I'm like, damn, yo, I want to get that big, yo. Like, what's your like protein intake like? Like, how much protein would you say that you take in a day?
Before I used to take protein, but I feel like I reached my desired weight already, so I stopped. I just try to maintain it. But before I used to like eat and take a protein shake, like 12,000 grams of protein, in one bottle. But right now, there's no protein going on.
Really?
It's just eating and trying to maintain it.
Okay.
Right now, I'm 190.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to reach 200.
Yeah.
But it's not my regular weight, so it fluctuates a lot. It goes up, it goes down.
Right.
But I try to maintain it as best.
What like on your journey rising to a bigger weight? Like where were you in the beginning? And then you said you're 190 now. So like where were you in the beginning when you were trying to like maximize your weight?
I was tiny, man. I was like 150.
150?
Yeah, I was nothing but skin and bones.
Whoa.
Yeah, then I hit 165. But like 5 years ago, like I always like train, but not like heavy training. It's like, okay, I see a little bit of results. I could take some selfies now, I'm good. But now it's like more of a lifestyle, it's like a work ethic, you commit to. So now I'm like 190. From 165, I went to 170, 175. It's gradually, but it never stayed with me because it was never my regular weight. As soon as I put it on, I start feeling tired.
Really?
Yeah, it's not my regular weight, so you could feel the
difference.
Yeah.
So would you say that working out now is even harder in a way?
It is that,
Yeah.
Because the more weight you put on, everything sits like right at the gut, So I doubled down on the ab workout. You know, everything gotta get pushed maximum.
Wow.
That's why you see me go so hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, just to keep it on, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to give that extra effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yo, where did this come from? Where did that hunger to want to change and that desire come from?
I mean, I always liked it. You know, I felt like, you know, if you want to look your best, you got to feel your best. If you want to feel your best, you have to look your best.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all like a mindset I had to adapt to. You know, like, all right, I'm going to do this because I want this certain look. You know, so I have to work towards it. And in the beginning, it was hard because as soon as you feel that pain, you just want to like drop it and just like, But once you push past the pain, then you get closer to your goals, you know? So it was challenging at first, but it was worth it because the more results you see, the more you want to go, you know? So
But you would say that protein intake is very important.
it is.
What kind of protein?
When you're first starting out, mass gainer. I used to, I'm not too big on the shredding. I like to see the size, you know. Some people, they like to see the cuts. They just want to look lean and cut.
Right.
But I try to see the size. I wanna put my clothes on. They feel like, you know, you know. So it's good.
Right. There is a difference. Like I feel like the leaner look versus the like just bigger body mass type of look. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But so would you say that you started off with like a leaner look and then you advanced
Yeah.
over time?
Yeah, I did start with the lean look,
Right.
for sure. And
I get this drift from a lot of people I speak to in the gym, like, because they be seeing, like, I be like, you know, like, trying to work on my abs and all this shit. They're like, yeah, I was there, but, like, now I'm here. And I was like, I understand there's levels, you know what I mean? But
sure.
it's like...
But it was that at first. I just like the cuts, you know.
Right.
I like to take the shirt off and you look in the mirror. You know what I mean. You see the cuts and all that, and it's good. It's good. It all depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean. But I see you in the gym too. You be doing your thing. You be zoned out. You be zoned out. Sometimes I want to go say what up to you, but I'm like, nah, he in the zone right now. I'm chill. Yeah.
Yo, because it's the release, right? And you know, like life is lifing, right? Life, there's always gonna be stuff going on in life, but when you're in the gym, it's like it's meditative, almost.
It is
you
that.
know?
It is that. All that excess energy, you know. You could have a bad day and you go to the gym and you lock it out and you just get rid
Feel
of that.
amazing.
Yeah,
You get rid of that right
man.
there, there. You know what I mean? It's not like days later you're still thinking about it. Nah, you passed that shit right.
You know, you could always release that energy and you feel good, you know. You get a clear mind. I'm something about the gym, man. Just make me. It's therapeutic, like you said.
It
you
is,
know,
man. Yeah, overall. So where are you from?
Originally, I'm from the islands,
What islands?
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia?
Yeah, man.
That's amazing in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hear great things about St. Lucia.
Me too.
So what you mean?
It's like when you're there, you don't really appreciate it.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And once you get out, everybody's like, "Oh, you from St. Lucia? Oh, it's such a beautiful country."
I
you know?
see where you're going. That's true.
It's like, but it is an amazing country. You know,
Okay.
some people have a hard time finding it on the map.
Yeah.
You know, because it's very small.
Right.
You know, you could travel the whole of St. Lucia in probably like 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but it is amazing.
How long were you there for?
I came here when I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 39 now,
All right.
so I'm really far removed.
But you had the early upbringing there.
Yes.
So what'd you learn through that early upbringing living there, and then coming into the States? How was it for you?
It was different, man.
Yeah.
When I first came here, I hated it.
Why?
You know, you come from a place that's hot year round, and then you come here, and you gotta put on this heavy jacket. You go outside, your fingers is numb, and you're like, you know. So it's different. It's different. It's definitely different. But my earlier upbringings, it made me humble. It really made me humble. Back there, I didn't have much. You know, you was grateful for whatever you had. You know, and it made me humble. And
Who you came here with?
I came by myself. My mother
Really?
was here at the time, and my father was back there, you know, but we were never close like that, you know.
Yeah.
Neither me and my mom. She left when I was 5.
Wow.
So when I came here, it was different for me. Meeting her, it's like meeting her for the first time.
Yeah.
So
She left when you were 5. You didn't see your mom until you were 14.
yeah.
Would you keep in contact with her during that time?
Rarely, because back then,
Yeah. What is it? What is it?
there was no real means of communication like that, you know what I mean? Plus, I was young, you know. I just heard her voice once, and I'm happy. I'll go about my business, you know. But at 14, the more you grow, the more you miss that figure, because I was raised by my aunt and my grandmother, and they can't replace a mother's love.
No, but
you know?
they can't. But I feel like there is something to the kids that are raised with their grandmothers that learn fucking
It is that.
really good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
It
you
is
know what I'm
that, for
saying?
sure.
So there is a level to I'm sure that it was a blessing, you know, in
It
disguise.
was, it was, because, you know, she didn't treat me no different, you know what I mean? She instilled in me what she instilled in all her in her kids, you know? And it was a blessing.
But not only that, instilled what she instilled in her kids, and then what she learned
Yeah.
from the process of that
Yeah,
too. You know what I'm
definitely,
saying? Because it's like it's even further
knowledge.
Yeah, because it's like
definitely.
there's an understanding of like, oh, okay, well I see what I did here, and that shit worked.
Yeah, it is that, you know. And I feel like their knowledge and their wisdom is beautiful, man. You know, even down to back then, they even when you're sick, they know what herbs and things to use. Generation now don't know don't know that, you know.
That's another thing. Would you say that's probably another bigger difference of living there versus living here?
Yeah.
Where there were more probably natural remedies to cure some sicknesses that people might have versus here where they just want you to take medications and they'll come with other fucked up problems.
Yeah, you know, you take one thing and then you gotta take something else for that.
Right.
But
Like, this pill will release your heartburn, but it will also give you diarrhea, maybe you'll
upset
die,
stomach,
itchy eyes, like,
give you allergies you never knew you had. You
but
know,
your heartburn,
symptoms.
your heartburn
It's
good
gonna
though.
go away. For sure, man. That's just how it is, you know. It's
It
like
is.
you cure one thing, but you got to deal with this now.
Right.
But back then, everything was more natural, you know, and we basically lived off the land, you know. You know, we had like fruits in our backyard, you know, coconut trees, orange trees, grapefruit trees. We lived off the land, you know, so it was simpler times, more healthy,
Right.
because you understood what you was getting, you know.
So relating it to fitness and like health and all this and living here, are you super observant about like what you're eating or where you're getting it from, or it's just like, yo, I gotta fit my budget right, and this steak is looking like, you know, like a good price.
yeah, for sure. I mean, some days it's like that. Some days I'm like, oh man, I can't deal with that. I'm gonna just take whatever's here.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. Some days I have the time to.
The reality, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I think the expression is food deserts.
Yeah.
So it's not the absence of foods, but it's the absence of certain foods. So if you're going to certain areas and then you can only get certain types of food, then what the fuck you expect me to eat?
For real. Yeah, it is that, you know. For real. So you just take what's available to you half the time, you know. And sometimes I wish I could meal prep better, like in the night, have it ready in the morning. But man, it's only so much time in a day.
You be lazy.
Yeah. By the time you come to it, you're like, nah, I just want to just chill.
Yeah, and I get that. I get that. I food prep sometimes. I'm not gonna say I food prep all the time, but I do food prep a lot because I have like a little bit of time to fucking like survive in this shit. You know, I don't know. For me, I really like food prepping because I like saving money. To be honest, you know what I mean?
And I feel like that's why I wanted food prep too, you know, because man, you spend like $10 on breakfast. By lunch time comes, you spend another
20 maybe.
Yeah, you're
Maybe,
right.
if
Yeah,
it's a
you're
good
right.
meal, you know what I mean?
But I'm
Like-
talking about like pizza.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. That shit.
But you do want to eat good.
You wanna eat good.
But, yeah.
But it's just like, yo, bro, but my pockets is saying I gotta eat like this.
Yeah, you want to eat some good shit, but your pocket say, hey, you better take that slice of pizza and get about your business. You know?
All right, so I mean, you'll eat these junk foods, but you don't drink, and that's part of and you don't drink, and you don't smoke, and that's partially because of your religion, right?
Yes.
You're Muslim.
Yes.
And is that through your family, or is that something that you got like to yourself, like?
I grew up Christian, you know, a Catholic household, and you know, the upbringing was, I wouldn't say it was different, you know, because we all worship the Creator of heaven and earth, you know, but it was like finding my own path, you know. Everybody has their own path, you know, but because you grew up this way, you know, doesn't mean that you can't go this way, and it was something that was like, I never thought I would be Muslim, you know. I had friends that were Muslim, and man, I admired them, you know, because even if you're a stranger, but you say you're Muslim, you're my brother, and you're closer to me than my blood brother, because we have that natural understanding, you know. It's a lifestyle. That's what makes us like intertwined like that.
But you would say that Muslims are more with a lifestyle of the religion?
Yeah, for me it's like more structured. It's more strict. You know, there's guidelines, and some people don't like guidelines, feeling like they have to conform to something. You know, like, nah, I want my freedom. You know, but and I was like that. Right. I grew up so rebellious, man.
Really?
I never thought I would be Muslim.
You seem so calm, bro. Every single time I see you, man, you're super calm. Hi, hello. You're like, as big as you are, the lightest is like the lightest. You know what I mean? Like you're very centered. Yeah. So that came from becoming Muslim, you would say?
I would say that. Before that, I was like a hothead.
Really?
Easily triggered, you know. Made me more humble, more understanding, you know. And I just try to treat people like how I want to be treated. I mean, that goes with every part of life, you know. You just want to be, but it just made me more conscious, you know. Thank God, man. Thank God, you know. I feel like that was the best decision I've ever made in my life. You know, my parents wasn't too happy with it. You know,
how come? Because they were Christian, their parents Christian, like lineage of Christianity.
A lot of people just stick to what they know,
right?
And you know, for many, you know, that don't know Islam, you know, and what Muslims stand for. As soon as you hear Muslim, you think, oh, terrorists. You know, there's a certain like image that comes with that. You know, so they take that wholly till you have to break it down to them. And my mom understands who I am. You know, so she understands that's not the type of person I am. And I had to break down a lot to her. You know, and she understands now. You know, she's accepting of me being Muslim. Wow. You know, but not in the beginning. It's just like, what? What are you doing? Wow. But it's...
You know, I didn't know that you were Muslim before doing this podcast, and it doesn't make a difference to me. I actually have a lot of different people that come on this podcast that have a bunch of different types of beliefs. And recently, I actually had somebody on the podcast that he asked me to take down the podcast before I released it.
Oh yeah? Why?
Because he thought that I am bringing people on to go against their religions. And I'm never one to do that at all. I bring people on here because I would like to hear from them. I feel like God created us all for a reason. You know what I mean? Who am I to say what for you to believe or for the next person to believe? I just simply respect. I'm asking questions because I'm genuinely curious in them. You know what I mean? That's how I am in my very nature. So like, it was interesting to me, and I bring it up for a reason, right? Because like, I want to showcase to not only the people that are watching right now or to you even, like, that this podcast is open for the people who are open and having an exchange and a dialogue and that are down to have a talk. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
and I realized that about your podcast because I watched it. I subscribed to it. So I see it a lot, you know, and it is that a different exchange of different views and for people that have different walks of life. For him to feel that way, probably something that he probably felt from his standpoint. I'm not gonna knock him for what he saw, what he felt, but for me, that's generally what it's been. You know, it's just a expression of self.
Right.
You know, and
Exactly.
you ask questions so you could understand
Exactly.
people better. So.
Yeah.
I'm good, you know. We never had in-depth conversation, you know,
Yeah,
but I
exactly.
vibe with you. From the time we met, it's always been a cool vibe, you know what I mean?
Sincerely.
Yeah.
Sincerely. And I appreciate it too, man, because look, there's enough hate and enough bullshit going on in the world that I feel like people are almost not even used to someone that just wants to create, you know, or that just
definitely.
wants to make something happen.
We all need more understanding, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's all it takes, you know. When you understand somebody, you accept them more, you know. So that's all it is. Life, there's too much hate going on in life right now, you know. Look at the state of the world we're in right now.
Right.
You know?
Look at the state of the politics in this country.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like whoever wins, like
Yeah.
the other half is just gonna leave the country or some shit.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
but right now it even feels like there's no clear choice. You know, I feel like they double down on what they want, and I feel like politics should never be this way. If you have the interests of the people at mind, then you yourself shouldn't be fighting amongst each other. You know what I mean? If we have the same understanding, right? We have the same concept of what needs to be done. Why are we fighting each other to get that done? And then when we get elected, it doesn't get done. Everything gets swept under the rug, and it's like business as usual.
Business as usual.
You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
fact.
So,
and it doesn't matter who wins.
it's the same thing, man. They're going to talk about, oh, but I gave you a little tax break, you know. I made Medicare more affordable. But come on, man. There's much more to be done on such a wider scale. You know, they give you the minimum and say, hey, we did that for you. So what is it we really talking about, you know?
For real.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, yo, I got a part in the podcast that I asked the individual, hey, is there a question that you can give me that I could take out into society? And I go ask that question.
That's a deep one right there, you know what I mean? You could ask the people, right? I would say, what's the biggest change you want to see? You know what I mean? Because I feel like people are too...
What's the biggest change you want to see?
In life, my goals, my strive.
Your goals, your strive?
Yeah, like I feel like my strive needs to be more like stronger. Like I have to have like more, what's the word for it? Determination, I guess.
Yeah.
So that I could just like, you know, just get to where I want to be in life, you know?
And push forward.
Yeah, and push forward, exactly.
You got
And
that,
elevate.
man. Hell yeah, you got it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Nah, it's a part
Oh,
I
okay.
edited it. That's where I edited it. You'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But continue.
Yeah. You surprised me at that. I thought you were saying, look at the camera. Yeah. Like, what's the biggest change you want to see, man?
Right.
Because everything in life is so repetitive. I grew up listening to Tupac, and he was talking about war on the streets and war in the Middle East. And in this day and age, it's only increased.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten
That was
no
bars.
better. You know what I mean?
That was bars.
Yeah, appreciate you. You know what I
No,
mean?
but for real, like, you're right. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like we're in a loop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a constant cycle of violence and a lot of people telling you what you want to hear, you know, but no true action to it. This society itself lacks action. We say it, and it sounds so good.
Right.
But when we come to doing,
Right.
it's like
There's a lack of effort.
Yeah,
There's a
you know
lack of
what I mean?
effort. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's you know, it could be soul breaking. You know what I'm saying? Because like there could be people that, you know, you wanna work with and you want to do things, and then you could be the only one that's doing it.
Doing it.
And then that's the reality, right? Like
It is,
like you
it
can
is.
face it in your own life, but now imagine collectives.
Yeah.
And then imagine those collectives working with governments.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean, and so on and so
That's
forth.
what I'm saying. The unity aspect of it, you
You're
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes to a point where like everybody just want to do it on their own. Like, and it's tough because nothing that you want to achieve could be done on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need some outlet. You need somebody, you know what I mean, to help give you the push.
Yeah.
A relationship don't work with you on your own.
No.
You know?
I mean, look, this podcast I'm doing on my own.
Oh,
But
nice.
if you think about it, I'm super grateful and honored for every single person that I have on this podcast, because I couldn't have done it without each and every single person I have on this podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's you know what I'm saying? Like you're right. It's nothing could technically be done on your own.
Yeah.
You know, there is a collective spirit, if you will.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you wanna but no one's helping me edit. You know
The
what
editing part is all you. Yeah, but definitely, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
It's always a passion and the motivation behind it. You know?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
whatever drives you,
Yes.
let it keep driving you.
But it's not even only for me. I just feel like we help each other. You know what I mean? I see you at the gym. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude. Like I see my arms and I'm like, all right, maybe it's not there yet, but like it's getting there. And I was like, but it's motivation.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
motivation.
It's
It is
inspiration. And you come with no ego. You know, you don't come with like this pompous attitude. Like, nah, fuck you. There's some guys like that. It's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But, like,
to be honest,
you're mad chill, bro.
yeah,
appreciate you.
And even when I'm at the gym, you know, if I'm working on somebody like, how long you got left? I'm like, you know what? You could have it. I was just warming it up for you. Because it's there for everybody, you know? So if you feel like, hey, you want to get active, I'm going to let you do your thing because there's so many other things to do.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to look out for people, you know, and hopefully that goes a long way. I don't know where it takes us, but, you know, you always got to be mindful, you know, of others, you know, and that's how I try to live my life.
Aware.
Yeah.
Aware of energies, aware of space,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It is that.
Do you think that there is something of that within, like, Islam?
Aware of opportunities in space?
Yeah.
I mean,
is that like some type of teaching within that? Or is that something that you corresponded within yourself, within your own life, for what you've known?
I mean, I feel like it's something I corresponded within myself, but Islam is always teaching you to, like, you know, be mindful, always be mindful of what you do, and always be mindful of others, you know, because it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, you know, not just within the religion, but outside of it, you know, we are all connected in some form, you know, so I'll just try to be mindful that, you know, you take away one life, you start a whole chain of events. You could take away a whole nation. You know, that's just how life is. You know, and I'm looking at the war and what's going on, and honestly, I wish there was more that could be done to stop it, because I feel like this is just the beginning, and if we can't stop it now, like, at what point will it be enough?
Why do you feel like it's just the beginning?
Because it has started in one point in Palestine. It's gone to Lebanon. Then it's going to move to Iran. And before you know it, it's going to take its form and go country by country by country. Because with every victory, you feel emboldened. You know?
Do you think that this is, and I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off because you were going in a thought, but do you think that like this is a religious warfare, or do you think that this is a money-motivated warfare?
I don't think it's religious. You know, I don't think it's religious, because throughout history, man, it's just been about greed. What I want, I'm gonna take, because I have the power to take it.
But it just so happens that this side believes more in this
Yeah.
religion and this side.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, we all believe in the same God.
Right.
So it can't be based on religion. They believe in the same God we believe in.
Right.
Maybe not the straight through teachings, you know, but it's the same God. So it can't be religion. They're descendants of Abraham, the prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, just like we are descendants of Abraham. So it's like, it's greed, man. It's just greed based, You know, if I could take that land and I could use it for resources and make things more profitable for me, I'm going to do that. You know, the interest outweigh everything else.
There's no interest in for Muslims, right?
No.
I had somebody on the podcast
Yeah.
that-
We don't do interest because interest just makes another man rich. I could borrow $1 from you. By the time interest comes, I give you back $5, man. It's like, you know, who does it work for? And
Right.
and the Jews created interest. Yeah. Yeah, they created it, and look how rich they got off of it. You know.
Oh yeah.
The rich Jews is buying out everything in America.
Yeah.
You know, their power don't stop nowhere, man. Their power reach everywhere, and they have that influence where you could turn a blind eye, because if they decide they're gonna stop where the interest is, then the country goes down. Imagine if all Jews decide to pull their interest out of America. Oh, the stock market will crash, man. I'm telling you, they're powerful. They're lobbyists. They're in the White House. They're every part of America, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And not to cut you off, but the funny thing is, I used to work in a dress store, right? And my boss was Jewish, and I never understood that he had a problem with Muslims till I converted. He was upset. He almost fired me.
Really?
Yeah, he was that upset, man.
Wow, how come?
Yeah. Because he have the core belief, I guess, from growing up in Israel, that Muslims were the enemy.
Okay, so this is where I'm getting into. This is where I mean. I'm like, I feel like there is some type of religious type of like warfare going on. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure. Do you know if Muslims feel the same way with the Jews? But that's what makes me feel like it's like some type of religious warfare or something that like they're instilling in their kids since young. Like, oh, this is the enemy. Like stuff like this that you're saying. It's like, you know what I mean?
I believe so, because they all have that belief, man, and it's rough to be like have a neighbor that just straight up don't like you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes you uncomfortable. You
Yeah.
know? And to see what's going on in the Middle East right now, you know, is heartbreaking. You know, I'm just hoping that there could be some kind of resolve. You know, because I don't think like everybody harbors that kind of mindset, but I feel like those that do strongly are those in power. You know, and if you listen to the people, man, then you're gonna be good. The government is there for the people, but they follow their own ambitions.
Greed.
You know? Yeah.
How do you think that people realistically could combat greed?
Just put humanity first, because if you put your greed first, you're not gonna see humanity. You're not gonna see the value in people. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
If you look at the value in a dollar, you're not gonna see the value in a person.
Right.
Because you're gonna choose that dollar. You know what I mean?
Over the person.
Over the person.
Yeah.
Because this is where your heart lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's tough, because a lot of people put that money first.
Mm-hmm.
They rather be millionaires, don't care who they step on, just to get there.
Yeah, and then I also understand where, you know, I've been in many positions where you could try so much with people and it's just like, you know, it doesn't work out, you know, like, so it could go both ways, what I mean, you know, where it could be the ones that are putting in an effort and would like to help others, and then, but they don't want to return the effort, you know what I mean? It's like, so then you're gonna take the money, because it's like, well, you know what, like, you're not going for it, you know what I mean, like. So it's a weird dynamic. I can understand where you're coming from as well, though, because it's reality, right? But there is this weird dance that we all play, or we all, you know, that we all do rather in this world, Where and it just depends on the interaction.
It is that. It is that, man. I just feel like just take time to learn to get to know people more, because money's always going to be there,
Yeah.
And if you could help somebody get it, hey, help them, you know. Everybody deserves to ride to some level of success, some level of comfort, But when you have this rich class and the poor class, there's going to be anger there. There's going to be frustration there, because those in power, they use their power to control the people. That's less fortunate, And I just wish that the world we live in a whole could be better.
I wish that too, man. Because you bring up a great point. It's like, even those people, right? Even the rich people, sometimes they kill themselves or they mismanage their fortunes because they didn't have the knowledge and understanding of maintaining it, but they love to use it, So it's like it's these dynamics that can alter their reality as well, whether they're rich or poor or middle class, whatever,
Yeah, and it is that too, Sometimes you think you want the money, and the money is what brings you closer to your death. You know what I mean?
You want more water, by the way?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it. I used to work out with Pop Smoke.
You used to work out with Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, on everything. But that's back when I lived in Ozone Park.
Oh, shit.
We used to go to a gym, LA Fitness, right off the conduit.
How'd you meet us?
At the gym.
Oh,
at
shit.
The gym. And we never had like real conversations, but he used to see me work out and he's like, yo, can I jump in with you?
Word.
Yeah, we get the workout on. I'll go my separate way. He go his separate way. See him. We work out together. Like,
what's up? Hell
just a few times.
Because, yo, bro, I mean, this guy, bro, I'm telling you. You can see him at the gym, you don't want to work out with him.
Yeah, but he was a beast, though.
Yeah?
He was a beast. He used to put me onto some workouts. I'm
Word.
like, damn, how he doing that? You know what I mean? He was a beast. And one time, I always felt like something would have happened to him, though. Because of his demeanor, He come up to you like, yo, so what's up, man? I mean, so... But I always felt like some kind of connection to him in an odd sense.
But something could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? At any day, right? But did you saying the chances were more high because he was coming off a little bit too strong?
I feel so, but he had like a kind of like charisma with him, with that gangster attitude,
right.
But he never wished nothing bad on nobody. And one time we was having this conversation, and he was like, yo, you going to Labor Day? Labor Day in Brooklyn, Eastern Parkway, they have this big floats and party on the street. And when I was younger, I used to go. And every time I went, it was like crazy shootouts.
Some shit.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not going to that. You could pop out there just to have fun, and anything could happen to you, And then we started talking. I was like, nah, man, I'm going. That shit lit. I'm going. So I was like, yeah, you do your thing, bro. And I ain't seen him for like 3 months after that straight. And I was like, damn, I hope something didn't happen to him.
Right.
And then one time I seen him pop up, and he popped up with like 12 niggas with him. And I'm like, damn.
At the gym?
Yeah. I'm like, damn. And it was weird. That's when I felt like something would have happened to him, because he just popped up with 12 deep, and then he just walked through the gym, and then he walked right back out. Yeah, I just said what up to him. He gave me a dap. He just went right over, like almost in a circle, kind of. And I don't know. I felt like he was looking for somebody. Yeah.
Someone talking shit at the gym, yo.
Yeah. Like, it looked like he was ready to give it up that day.
Damn.
Sure.
So all right, so you met him during like what, when he was like about to pop off, or he was already already lit, or what?
That was way before, like probably like 2 years before he actually got famous.
Oh shit! So did you know that he was making music at the time?
I did not know.
Oh,
back then, I thought he was kind of like a construction worker or something, because he used to come with his boots.
Okay.
The gloves that you use construction for. Them
to
kind of work gloves, yeah. He used to just like get it in, man. And at first I thought he was a construction worker, till one day I'm chilling watching YouTube, and ASAP Ferg was like making a list of like going through the next people, the rappers up.
Yeah.
And then I seen him and I'm like, hold on. Wait 1 minute, what's going on here? You know, I was there all the time with him and I never knew. And right after I saw that video, baby, welcome to the party. everywhere. And I was happy.
But that was
for
his
him.
regular tone?
I wouldn't say that's how he sound. I feel like when you're in the booth.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like,
I just want I obviously never met him. I'm just saying, like, I wondered how he actually spoke like.
Nah, like regular, me and you. But I feel like in the booth, your voice always gets a little deeper.
You
like,
can change it.
Yeah.
Your voice is an instrument. You know what I mean? If you use your diaphragm correctly, you can fucking use that
That's
shit.
a fact. That's a fact for sure. But I mean, and
Wow,
I
that's
was
fucking
happy for him.
interesting, man. That's like, and that's crazy that you got to meet him before that, and it seemed like he was a cool dude. You know, just went in there, went to the gym, we went hard. Sucks that he fucking died.
Yeah, it sucks because, you know, I was happy to see him like somebody I knew.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
just
someone
reach
you really
that,
know.
Yeah,
right.
reach that level, you know what I mean? So every time I heard the song, I'm like, you know, another one, you know?
Right.
So it's like, you just rooting for the person, you know? And then one day I woke up and I just saw on the news like that happened to him. And I'm like, damn, sometimes in life, you take these opportunities thinking it's best for you. And it actually leads you to your downfall, you know what I mean? What if he was never a rapper, you know? Because with that comes a lot of jealousy, a lot of hate, you know? And I'm like, what if he never took that route? Well, how would his life have been, you know?
I don't know, but you know how they say the good die young?
Yeah.
So then what does it make us, right? We're fucking pieces of shit, right?
I mean, at some point in my life, man, you know, thank God.
You know, but I mean, I also, life is such a gamble, man. You could do everything right and still, you know, or you could try to, not even quote unquote, because what is right, you know what I'm saying? But like you could try to live the safest you can try to live. And still something happens.
That's what I'm saying, you know, when your time comes,
your time comes, you know. It's so out of your fucking control.
Yeah, it is that, man. And you just got to try to live your life in a form where you feel like you're doing the best you can, you know, on a daily basis. Yeah, life is not promised, you know. In Islam, it tells you that we all a breath away from death. You know,
that's in the writings.
Yeah, it's in the teachings.
We're all a breath away from death.
Yeah, because you never know what the time comes. We could be talking right now, and if your time is coming, like right now, you could just go.
You know I had a friend when we were when I was younger, when I was like 15. She died of a brain aneurysm. That shit could happen to anyone at any point, at any time. She was planning her sweet 16 in front of her father and her best friend.
That's tough. That's
crazy,
tough.
right?
That's tough. Gee whiz.
Yeah, crazy shit.
But that's life, man. You plan your whole life not knowing when your time is. You know.
Yeah.
That's different. That's different. But I just try to live right. You know, because when your time comes, you want to make sure you go in the right manner. You know, leave nothing undone. You know, like
no box unchecked.
Yeah.
I'm very much about that. I'd rather tell you, if you're in my life, how I feel about you than not. You know what I mean? You could hate me for the rest of your life or whatever the fuck, but I'd rather it be completely transparent.
Yeah,
you know?
you have to be. You have to be transparent in life. You know, like if somebody crosses my mind, I make sure I call that person.
Yeah, that's love, man. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, and I feel like you ever heard the notion of like, oh, when you're thinking about someone and they call you that they're gonna live longer?
Yeah.
I don't know who created this fucking you know what I mean, expression for us to believe in it.
I believe
there's something to it, right?
To it. To the point I actually told them, hey, you're gonna live long. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do think. No, I'm good. I still got some.
What is your dream situation here?
My dream? Effectively, I want to own my own business. You know, and I'm taking steps towards it because but it's like you need time and patience. But with that, you have to do the footwork. You have to lay the foundation. You know, it's a lot that goes into that. You know, but hopefully, you know, it pays off in the long run. You could work for somebody all your life and you could make them, build them up, you know, but you're only going to stay at some form of level, you know. You build them up, they're going to be, because when you work for somebody, you make pennies on the dollar, you know. But you work for yourself, you get the majority of the profit. So I want to reach that point where I could say, you know what, I want to do it myself, you know.
And what kind of business would you like to make?
HVAC, you know.
What?
HVAC.
HVAC?
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. I went to school for it. It started off me learning hands-on, but for the more technical side, I had to go to school for it. I was working with guys that had the technical side, but when you come in and they have to teach you, they don't want to teach you, because they feel like if they teach you and you understand it better than them, you're going to take their job from them. So it became almost like a competition where I had to say, you know what, she's not going to teach me, but I'm still willing to learn. I'm going to find that avenue. And I did that. I went to Apex in Long Island City, you know. Had a cool group of guys there, man. And I understood so much. It's like a blessing that I went, you know, because now I could implement it in whatever I do when it comes to the job, you know. In life, you always got to find avenues to seek knowledge, because knowledge is power and power is growth. You always got to try to grow, always, mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, you always got to grab onto these things and try to be better, you know, so. That's what I try to do. In life, every aspect of my life, I try to be better, you know. I was young and stubborn, you know, so a lot of lessons I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, hey, hard, right?
Yeah.
What is one of those hard lessons that you learned? And how did you learn it? Like, what happened that you were like, fuck?
To just listen. My toughest thing was to listen, because I always wanted to do it my way, you know? But sometimes, because you want to do it your way, doesn't mean it's the right way. So I just had to, like, fall back for a minute, be like, yo, you know what? Give it a try. If it don't work, you could do it your way. It doesn't have to always be my way first, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's part of me growing and understanding, you know? Somebody's outlook on something could be better, so why not try it, you know? So definitely it's hard.
I'm sure.
It's hard.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that. I'm sure it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Like there's probably moments where, you know, like maybe it's not your forte, you know, but what happens when it is your forte?
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I know what I'm talking about. But it's like, you got to let go, right? Because that's how you get to, you know, maybe learn more or even have a teachable moment.
Yeah, and it is that too, you know. But it's always about finding the balance too, you know what I mean? Like, even when I'm working with people, you know, and they have an opinion, you know, even though I know that I'm right, I give them the avenue to say, okay, let's do it your way. If you don't want to listen to me, you know, just do it your way. And then when it doesn't work out, come back like, hey, you know what, you were right. You know, so you get that moment to kind of fall back and say, I know. You know, so
but I let you do it.
Yeah. But it's like, it's a balance you gotta have in life, you know. You gotta learn when to say, you know what, nah, I'm just gonna do it my way, and you know when to say, okay, I'm gonna do it your way.
Right.
You know, it's
there's definitely
balance.
moments that you got, you know, everyone gotta take ownership of their life. Yeah. At the end of the day, right? Because it's no one wants to hear, oh, I live in this way because of you. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you want to make this blame game. Like, no. Like, everyone is entitled to their own, like, decisions and what they want to do in this life.
Yeah, definitely. You know? I feel like you fall into that when you give somebody too much control. You know what I mean? Then they dictate.
Let's talk about it. Freedom, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it good?
freedom is good, but I feel like sometimes you need somebody there to kind of like pull you down.
Like, hey, chill.
Yeah. Because you could be as free as a balloon, that, just let it go,
pops.
and you know what I mean. So before you pop, you gotta like come back down a little,
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. How free do you really
You
want to be?
but you know what I mean. Freedom is good, but you gotta understand like everything has a limit to it. You know. That's just life,
Well, even like I was thinking about scrolling through Instagram. The scrolls. I love animal reels, like the fucking like the shits in the wild, like they're eating each other, like like it's a crazy ass like I like shit like that, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like looking at these animals, I'm like, wow, like we all find these animals to be so stunning, so beautiful, so free, so wild, right? But like. You'll see the reality. They're like in the rains, like fuck. Like, I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact.
And then the domesticated animals, they live the life.
Yeah, of course.
The domesticated, like a rich person. All right, maybe not. Like I'm not rich. Tundra is living a good life, but not like what I mean? Who knows, right? But like a rich person, shit. Yeah. Their dog is eating better than me.
Yeah, of course.
Me.
That's a fact. Me and you.
Me too. I'm not excluding you. But I'm just like,
when you said me twice, I'm like, okay, you forgot about me.
But I'm serious. Like I feel like it's crazy. Like that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but why not? Like shit. I love dogs too, and if I got it, I would do that shit too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I wish I was some rich person's pet. Get to go on these lavish vacations.
Yo, so I have this friend. Shout out Max. He's not really a friend. I know him, but he's a cool dude, and he has this like business where he like takes dogs on excursions and it's like it's also dog walking, but he also does a bunch of other like different things with it, right? So he takes out these rich ass people's dogs. I'm saying, bro, he's on a fucking private jet.
Oh wow!
With a Shih Tzu. You know what I'm saying? Like
whoever the dog owner has got it like that,
bro. And the owner's not even on the fucking flight, bro.
Oh shit!
The dog's being brought to the owner.
Wow. Lock me in with him, man. I'll be his assistant. Oh man, that's
yo,
amazing.
This dog, bro. Yeah. I'm just like a Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking to myself, I gotta say it. I'm sorry, guys. It's a corny joke, but you know what a bulldog and a Shih Tzu is?
Nah.
A bullshit.
I thought about it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to just guess that shit. That was a good one though.
Right?
I thought about it, but I'm like, nah, let him say it. Oh, man.
That's funny as fuck. So, yo, what school did you go to out here when you were younger?
I went to PS 138, and then I went to Prospect Heights. Prospect Heights was rough though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
Junior high school, it was cool. I just came. I didn't know much. Because I just came too. They didn't know where I was, what level of education I was at. They put me in special ed. I felt some type of way, man. But I was there for 1 year though, because it was from there.
Some type of way.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there. At first, I didn't know too.
Yeah.
That I was in special ed.
Right, because no one tells you, right?
The one day the teacher said, "Listen, if y'all behave well and y'all get good grades, I could recommend y'all to move up." I'm like, move up? It was classic when I found out. But right after there, I went to high school, and being that I was like so fresh from the Caribbean, man, it was rough. I was picked on like crazy.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah,
right.
I was picked on like crazy.
And I understand because I'm from Venezuela, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you grow up, I feel like you're not as like present with the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know as much, or you don't
Yeah.
dress the same way.
sure,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure.
And then your parents, your mom, I know, I'm sure, because my mom too, she wanted you to
Yeah.
dress like a white kid, right?
Yeah.
Or like some like preppy ass kid, right?
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
And that was like spot on, good shit. Like, you know what I mean? For your
Mm-hmm.
mom, right? So it's like, you're coming here with a certain mentality,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And they're like, you look like a dumbass. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they look at you like, yo, you're not one of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, I had a hard time fitting in to the point where I used to cut class like
Yeah,
crazy.
me too.
Yeah, I used to cut class every chance I got. You know, and the crazy thing is, I got all the way up to the 11th grade. Yeah, and then I just dropped out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just left.
Yeah, I just left.
Like,
I was
I'm outta
like-
here.
And the thing about it too is, like, I also dropped out because I wanted to work. You know, I wanted to get my own. And but later on, I went back and got my GED because you need some kind of
Something,
education
right?
to
get certain
yeah,
jobs or
yeah.
to get certain things, to do certain
you
things.
In America, you
Yeah.
gotta have some level of education. They don't play with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't physically check it, but
But you went. Okay, good. All right.
yeah, you know.
They just want you to know. They want to know you did that.
Yeah,
shit.
they
That's
just
like-
want to know, you know. Like I spent like 20,000 to go to HVAC school, and then when I got this job at this HVAC company, they're like, "Oh, you got your certificate? Okay, cool." I never brought it. It was like, can you bring it so we can make a copy? I never did. And they, you know, they didn't ask for it after. I'm like, all right, they don't really need that.
But you knew your shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like it's. I'm sure they're like, we don't need to know it.
Yeah.
Because they can see. You know,
that
you speak for
you
itself.
got it,
You
yeah.
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that because I'm sure the 20,000 didn't just go out the window.
No, no,
Let's
no,
not
no,
say that, right?
yeah.
You fucking learned your shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best decisions I made too. It was a conscious decision. I'm like, yo, you know what? I want to be at a certain level, and that's required. I bet if I gotta get to the next level, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where the future holds. You know, I might be there for a while. I might move on to something else. But in life, everything is like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
There's always something to learn.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like appreciate what you learn through the
Yeah,
process, right?
yeah.
Because you could take it on to the next thing,
Mhm.
or you could learn certain ways that this business did certain things, so you
Yeah.
could take it upon your own business, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because this life is for the doers, man.
Yeah, it is that.
This life is for the doers,
Yeah.
man.
I like how you said it. It is that. You know, I mean, you have to have the constant mindset that you want to get shit done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you lay back, time is just gonna fly by.
Fly by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm chill,
Yeah.
but I'm also like, if you know me, I'm also like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I can't.
I'm like that too. You know,
Yeah.
I'm chill. You know. Sometimes people tell me I'm too chill. Like, you know, they expect some kind of response.
You're like,
you
get
know?
tight,
Yeah,
get tight.
yeah.
I want you to get mad. Like,
Yeah, you know, a lot of people tell me like, "Yo, you too laid back, bro." I'm like, but that's just how I am, you know. I feel like
you live peacefully, man.
that's what brings you peace.
I feel like someone like that will fucking, I don't know, want to do any type of harm to you would be like, man, like, let me point it at myself real quick. Like,
Yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of negative and positive aspects in life, and for a long time I hanged on to the negative, you know, for a long time, and it set me back a lot to the point where I feel like I'm kind of having a late start in life because I
I get what
hang
you're
on
saying.
to the
I understand.
negative
Yeah.
for too long.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so now I try to look at the positive.
Way
you
more.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
way more. You know, and for you to look at the positive,
It
you gotta-
attracts positive.
Yeah, definitely.
Positivity attracts
That-
positivity.
That's just
my
how it
friend.
is. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah,
you know what
you
I
already
mean?
know, bro.
The
For real,
vibe
nah,
is-
it's
the
all about
vibe
the
is
energy.
real, yeah.
Because, I mean, look, you could walk around like it's raining and gloomy, or you could walk around like it's sun or it's like it's sunny.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Like
You
it's
know what I mean?
summertime. It's
You gotta change your perspective a lot. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
even when you're going through something, you don't let it keep you down. You know, you're feeling down, you go through the whole day down, chances are it's gonna go into tomorrow. You know what I mean? You cut it short today, so tomorrow it could be brighter. You know, no 2 days are alike. You know, so
That's true.
Yeah, no 2 days are alike.
I like that one.
And it depends on how you face the day, because you wake up to a brand new day. How you gonna start that day? You know what I mean? You could start it off like you did yesterday, and it's gonna look bad too. But it's not meant to be bad, because no 2 days are alike. You know.
I like that. I don't think I heard of that one. No 2 days are alike.
Yeah.
That's true. Unless you're dreaming.
Yeah. It depends on what you decide to make out of it, man. I mean, life is beautiful.
So you said that you don't drink or smoke, but did you before you became Muslim, or you just never did?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Nah, man, I was a pothead, man.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I used to party hard. I used to smoke hard, drink hard. Like, I used to go to the party, get a bottle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, me and my boys, we go through it. We go through it.
So you took the poison.
Yeah.
You understand what it is.
Yeah.
So damn. So you becoming Muslim is what stopped that.
Yeah, because you know I made the conscious decision.
What age did you become Muslim?
I became Muslim in 2012. You know, like. And it happened at it happened at a rough part of my life, man. Like, I was really going through it, you know.
What happened?
Like I said, I had a late start in life, you know, and a lot of the decisions I was making was horrible decisions. I didn't have no mentor, nobody to lead me, you know what I mean? I felt like I was doing everything on my own. And when you do things on your own, a lot of time it's hard learned lessons, and when you fall hard. You know what I mean? Because you're doing it on your own. Ain't nobody there to pick you up. You gotta pick yourself back up, and you gotta try again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I need a different way of life. I need a foundation. I need to understand where I'm going. I need some kind of like guideline, you know. And I knew a lot of Muslim brothers, and I love the way they treat each other, you know. And one night I prayed, you know, out of sincerity, like, God, if Islam is the way for me, if this is the path that you want me to take, show me. And I swear to you, on everything I love, bro, I went to sleep, and I had a dream that I was in a masjid surrounded by brothers, like a group of guys just hugging me. And I'd never been in a masjid before. And when I converted, that's just how it was. Everybody was coming up to me and hugging me and just telling me, welcome. Welcome to the brotherhood. This is a brotherhood. This is a sisterhood. And at this point, I just broke down, because it was immense love from people I didn't even know. You know, I never met them a day in my life, and they just embraced me and told me, welcome. And from there, I never looked back. And my life has progressed, gotten better. You know what I mean? Not as far as I would like it to be, but it has gotten better. And I'm grateful.
But it was a start.
Yeah.
Because you felt it, and you saw it. You was like, damn. Probably felt like you wish you would have done this earlier.
Earlier,
right?
yeah, you know. But it's something.
But it's when it had.
Yeah,
it's when it had to happen.
Yeah, everything has its designed time, its set time.
Right.
You know, no matter how much you rush through it, if it's not meant for you at this particular time, it's not gonna happen. You know, and that's why I'm calm too. I feel like, you know, I understand there's a time for everything. I'm gonna do my best, you know. But your plan is not better than God's plan. I'm going to do my best and hope that's within the plans that he has for me, you know. And if that's the plans he has for you, that door going to open, you know what I mean? But if it's not, going to try to reroute you. But you got to be calm, because if you're stubborn, you're not going to see the signs. You know?
It's so true. You can keep on trying to force it.
Force it, yeah. You know, till you realize, damn, it's not. And then you get mad, you get upset. You know what I mean? all that start to build.
Right. You have to learn how to accept, right? Certain
Yeah,
things.
you have to. You know,
Like, I'm not 6'5".
hey, let's not talk about it, man. Because every time I see myself, I'm like, damn, I wish I was 6'5".
I feel you. Yo, right, yo, that's a fucking. Yo, I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, yo, like a lot of these basketball players, they're not even good at basketball playing.
For
At
real.
basketball, they're just tall as fuck.
Yo,
It's like, yo, you tell me to get paid this much money just to be looking that tall, you know? It's just like,
and you talking about basketball players, and the funny thing is, right? My coworker, before Bronny went to the big leagues, you know, the NBA, he was telling me, yo, he's gonna be really good. He's gonna be averaging this and this and this. He was doing this in high school before he had the medical condition. He was really good. I'm like, bro, I seen him play before, and NBA is a different level. It's a different kind of beast.
Yeah.
You gotta really lock in every day. He's not gonna make it. I'm not saying he ain't got potential. I'm just saying I don't see that potential yet. You know what I mean? And he was like, nah, you a hater, you a hater. I'm like, why I gotta be a hater? Sometimes you just gotta be transparent.
Realistic,
you know what I mean?
right.
Realistic, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wish him
why
the best.
gotta be a
Yeah. Like, you know, I don't wish bad on nobody,
Right.
you know? I wish him the best, but if you're asking me for my opinion, that's
Right.
what it is. Like, now you a hater. I'm like, all right, you go ahead and get his autograph. You get his autograph. I ain't mad at you, man. I'm just
But
saying
you know
what
what's
it is.
funny? I laugh because, like, I could obviously tell that you are not a hater.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'm
You're not. You're like, I'm living my life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't care what the next man do. I wish him best.
Right. But it's funny because there are haters out there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
But they don't get that like, oh, you're just being a hater.
Yeah.
But it's always the type
Yeah,
of people that are like,
I'm telling
nah,
you.
bro, I'm just telling my truth. Speaking my truth.
Somebody else, he probably looking at it like, yeah, you right. Oh man, that's just how it is, though.
Right. Life
Yeah.
psychology, human people are just, they're
Yeah.
weird creatures. Bro.
Yeah, there's that. Sometimes the energy you have for one person, you ain't got it for the next person, you know. And they could be saying the same thing.
Yep.
And you're like, all right.
It's like dogs, yo. Dogs could be cool with some dogs. And
Yeah.
then other dogs, it's
Yeah,
a
all out
wrap
war.
from the
It's
jump.
war,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't fuck with you at all. Like,
Sometimes they see them, it's like on site.
it's on site. It's on site, bro. It's on
Yeah.
site. It's like, oh man, you're here. Like,
Facts. It's like
that's some
that.
funny
yeah.
ass shit, man.
It's like that, man.
For real, yo.
For real.
Yo, so all right, what is, let's say, dating like for you? How was it like for you before the muscles, before the guns, and then after the guns? When you got like big?
Before the guns, it was like, I mean, it was decent because I was still fit.
Right.
You know, it was decent. You know, women will come up to you like, you know, it's like back then too. I feel
But
like.
do you think it's different when you built up a different body mass?
It is that, you know.
It is that.
Yeah, it's like you still get it, but it's like at a different rate. You know? But I feel like women back then was more like aggressive with it. You know,
What you mean?
Back then women used to approach me more than I used to approach them.
Oh, you're saying now you have to approach more.
Not, but I don't. I'm married, so
Oh, shit,
I
Cut
don't.
that out.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. You know, it's like
I'm not gonna cut it
you
out.
gotta. Huh?
I said I wasn't gonna cut it out.
No, that's the realness of it. You ain't gotta cut it out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Exactly. You understand?
Yeah, but I'm married and I understand that I'm married, so I don't entertain it. You know.
How long have you been
But
married for?
I've been married for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 years. They say if you could be with someone for 5 years, you could be with them for the rest of your life. For sure.
I believe so because we've had our ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
but we've always seen beyond it. You know, some people they hit rough patches and they give up. They're like, oh, I can't do this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know.
if you keep that mentality, then you're gonna quit on everything you do.
It's true.
You have to push past it. You know, no two person alike. When you're dealing with somebody, you have to know that they come with a different mindset. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinions. They're their own individuals.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you got to hear them out.
Is she Muslim too?
Yeah.
That, all right, okay.
Yeah.
At least you guys are like there with
Yeah,
that, right?
you have
'Cause
the
that's-
common understanding. You
I
know?
think that's important. At
Yeah.
least to having a relationship that they both believe the same thing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, because if not, that's gonna be a
you
whole other
bump
battle.
heads. You could bump heads. You know,
Yeah.
because you believe it. It's like you going this way, you're going that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could hope that person eventually change their mind and meet up with you.
She's probably
You know
like,
what I mean?
try to have you eat like bacon. Like, I want you to eat bacon.
Oh, you eating and she right next to you eating the bacon. You're like, yo, you know,
That's
you
just
know,
not right.
yeah,
Like, it's
you
just
know.
not right. Like, how you gonna just eat that in front of me? Like,
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's always good to have somebody with that common mindset, common understanding, common belief, you know, because at the end, you always want to grow a family under that same foundation, that same belief, you know what I mean? If I'm teaching my child this and then you're teaching them that, then it's not going to work.
they're gonna be lost.
Yeah, it's not going to work. So yeah, I feel like you got to have that common belief.
To have the direction too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's beautiful though. I mean, you know, just to have somebody that is there for you and you're there for them, it's good. I never pictured me I would be there though in my life, man, because I've been through so much too. I always look at it like, I don't want a wife, I don't want kids. You know what I mean, what can I offer them? You know, because I felt like I didn't even have anything to offer myself. My dreams was all I had, you know, but when you have somebody that motivates you and wants better for you and pushes you towards that dream, try to build with you, it's beautiful, man. Like nothing beats that. You know what I mean? You could have your boys and they could say, yeah, you could do that. But not a lot of people would like see it step by step, you know what I mean?
See it through.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. You know what I mean? When I was young, back in the days, I used to rap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was a bunch of us, like, but we was all just doing it for fun. When it came time to do the videos, you guys are like, nah, I'm busy right now, man. I gotta do this. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, not everybody has the same hunger as you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But my wife, she good. She motivates me. She got that hunger. She want to see me do better. You know what I mean? She want to see me take it to another level. So,
how'd you meet her?
Because I used to work with in the dress store. One time she came
the
looking
Jews?
for Okay.
Okay.
You remember? Yeah. She came looking for a dress, and you know, my coworker sold her the dress, but it's weird, you know, because when I saw her, my boy, the one that put me on, he was like, yo, look at this girl right there, man. I was like, I wasn't really looking. I was like, no. Then I seen her, and then I see her, like she had pretty eyes, this baby face. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. You know, but it was a surreal moment because to marry her, I had to talk to her father, to her brothers, you know, just to make sure that they felt like I was suitable for her.
Wow, that's respect.
Yeah.
That's respect. How was the conversations like? How was it like with her father?
Well, me and her father, it was cool, you know. He's like a humble old guy, but he's humble and he's cool and he's understanding, you know. And he heard me out. He felt like, okay, yeah, you sound like a decent guy. Like you want what's right for her. But her brothers gave me a tough time, man.
Really?
Yeah, because at the same time they're cops too.
Oh, word?
Yeah, they're from the Marine.
Oh,
they started off in the Marines and then they ended up being cops.
Cops? Oh,
so
fuck.
So I feel like that was an extra tough edge.
They like the authority.
Yeah. Like, who are you, man? Right. What are you doing? Yeah. What you want?
What's his status?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like it was a little rough to convince them. But now we cool. We cool, you know.
You proved yourself.
Yeah. So we cool. And they love me like I love them, man. We family.
That's so.
Family. And it's been good. Everybody look out for one another. I just wish that we saw each other more. You know?
Yeah.
So, like everybody just spaced out doing
That's
their
like
own
New
thing.
York though.
Yeah.
That's New York in general.
Yeah.
New York separates the family, bro.
Yeah, it
To be
is
honest.
that.
There's no like you. It's rare you're gonna have everybody sitting down at the kitchen table.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying?
You gotta have like somebody die or somebody get married. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the only
Everyone
things that
will be
bring
like,
people
oh,
together.
I miss you, dad. Never see you again. Like, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's just how it is in life because
In
everybody
life.
just caught up in their own
The
business.
rat
You
race.
know what I mean? Yeah.
The rat race.
Yeah. So it's like it takes a lot to bring people together.
Oh yeah. But the space is important too, right? Because you're always with somebody, you get sick of them.
Yeah, it is that
It's
too.
like
You know, you see
space,
somebody
yeah,
too much.
yeah,
You know what I mean? At some point,
shut the
like-
fuck up! I didn't say anything. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. Like the
You know?
space is good. You know, in anything you do, like people always need their space. They're not always in a good space all the time. So you gotta know when to give them space, and so.
That's true. That's true. It's very true. So you have kids? You guys have kids?
Yeah, a daughter.
Oh yeah?
Just one.
Do you want another kid?
Nah.
Okay.
As much as I want another kid, I feel like I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Like my daughter, like is amazing.
Did you
man.
want a son?
I do, but at the same time, I feel like guys are rough, man. he might grow up and be like, yo, like you say
Like,
the
fuck
wrong,
you,
yeah,
Dad.
you say the wrong thing to him, you know, like, you know what I mean?
But I mean, yeah, you're right. I hear that like a daughter is the best to have. Like
Yeah.
they'll take care of you when you're older. They're gonna be like,
I hope.
actually-
I hope. I heard that, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, but she's amazing, man. Like, no matter what day I'm having,
Right.
I walk through that door at
Yeah.
the end of the day, and it's hugs. It's like,
Ah.
Daddy, I miss you. Even when I'm going to work, she's like, again? Just stay with me, you know.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's like the love
Again?
is over. Yeah, the love is
It
just,
doesn't stop?
yeah, you know that. Like, come on now. You was just at work. Like, what do you mean you going again?
Right.
Like, but the love is overwhelming. And it's
I'm not
beautiful.
gonna say it's the same thing, so don't confuse it.
Yeah.
Not saying it's the same thing,
Yeah.
but I feel the same thing when I come home to my dog, bro. Like
Yeah.
my dog gets mad excited.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, in some form, it's like that, you know.
Yeah.
In some form, you know, a bond is a bond,
Bond is
no
a
matter
bond.
what form it comes in, you know. Can't take nothing away from that. It's just that emotional
Yeah.
attachment.
Yeah.
So I will knock it. Yeah, but it's amazing, man.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
Yo, what would be something that you would tell your younger self?
my younger self, be patient, because everything in life has a set time. You know, be patient till patience is tired of you. Because a lot of the time I rushed through things and just found out the hard way it wasn't for me. If I kept focused, build myself, and, you know, I mean, still take chances, but don't rush into them. You know what I mean? Because when you rush, you're gonna crash. Just be patient and just take the steps you need to. Try to better yourself. You know, build a healthy mindset, build a healthy life. So when the time comes, you could just invite people with like-minded. You know what I mean? What you are is what you attract. You know.
Yeah.
And for a long time, my mind was not
cluttered.
Yeah, you know, it's just not there, man. Just filled with a whole lot of nonsense that I shouldn't have, you know. So, with patience.
You would say that growing patience definitely got you happier, right? And living a
definitely.
better, comfortable life instead of. Because you're right, when you rush into things and you're like, oh shit, I gotta do this, that, and this, that, and now. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, like.
It builds up frustration
Yeah,
in
it
you,
does.
you know. It builds up a lot in you, and when these things build up, then everything becomes more tedious. You know, the smallest thing will start to weigh so heavy on your mind. Like,
Right.
oh man, I gotta do this now. Like,
Right.
you just have to just take your time through life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, as much as we rush through it, trying to get to where we want to go, it's just enjoy the steps that goes with it.
Yeah.
You know?
And any single time I would complain when I was younger, my mom would be like, andas al cielo llorando. You're going to heaven crying.
Dang it. Just trying to say you just made everything a problem.
No, but I'm saying like if I were to have complained about something when I was younger, it's like you're going like it was an expression. It's like, you know,
I like that.
It's life. You know,
yeah.
Like, you're going to heaven crying.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like.
That's deep though when you think about it. You know
super
what I mean?
deep.
Yeah.
Super. I love that type of shit because it be like quick,
Yeah.
and it's just like what,
yeah.
and it's also kind of like a backsided like this, like it's also like you know what I mean? Like,
it is that, you know,
Yeah.
kind of humbles you for a minute. It's like, oh man, you automatically know where she's coming from just by saying that. Yeah. Well, what I ain't crying. I'm gonna handle this. Yeah, it's fine. This is deep. I feel like everybody got their own saying, but
and moms have all of them.
Yeah,
you know, moms, good moms. You know what I mean? The ones that are there.
Yeah,
they be holding them in their pockets, bro.
Yeah,
they're like taking them out at the perfect moment, like boom.
Yeah, that's
walk
a fact
away.
though. Yeah. But that's the funny thing, though. They probably was the same way, and their parents told
them. Oh, yeah. They were just waiting for their moment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, be like that.
You want to get my pants on now.
Now I see what she was talking about.
That's that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a trip that way.
It is.
Do you think that there was... how long do you think human civilization stood in the test of time?
I don't think we tested well. to be honest, from the time we of Adam and Eve, they were tested. You know what I mean? From the time Adam was given a wife, he was tested. You know? And they were cast out of the garden because they failed that test, the Garden of Eden, because they failed that test. You know what I mean? And from then on, we just kept failing. A lot of us try to go back, you know what I mean, to try to undo our sins and focus on good deeds. But a lot of people is still failing the test daily. We fail. You know what I mean? And when you fail and you don't learn, you're going to keep failing. If you fail and you learn, you succeed. On to the next test. You know what I mean? It's a regular test in life. You know what I mean? Yeah. In school, you were tested. If you failed, what happened? You don't go up. You know what I mean? You don't go to the next stage.
Take the same test.
You have to keep taking that test, but it comes in different forms. And if you keep failing, you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not understanding. Hey, let me try something else. This didn't work out, let me try something else. A lot of us is just doomed to repeat.
Well, you're always going to be tested the same thing.
Yeah.
In different forms.
A
good movie that I saw kind of like representing this. You ever seen the movie Constantine?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? With, what's his name? Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And you know how like the devil shows up at the end, even though like he like defeated him?
Yeah.
I think life is like that. You know what I mean? Like, you never killed the devil. You know what I mean? Like, it's
did,
just like, you never kill that test.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's just, it'll maybe you pass this one.
Yeah.
But it's going to manifest again in a different way.
Yeah. And that's what it is, man. We just got to keep fighting and keep...
Not falling for it.
You can't. Yeah. Because when you fall for one thing, you're going to fall for the next.
Everything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a domino effect.
It really is.
You know what I mean? So
it really is.
You just got to stay focused and understand everything has negative and positive, and take the negative, put it to the side, and learn from the positive. The negative you could still learn from,
right? But
the positive is what you really want to build on. You know what I mean? And a lot of people try to build on the negative, and then that's when it all goes down. You know what I mean? And I try to understand a lot as I go. You know, I'm not saying I got answers, you know, but I try to understand. I try to, like, and a lot of people look at me like this, like, why I'm so calm too is I assess a lot in my head. You know what I mean? I want to make sure everything I do is going to take me to where I need to be, the next level. So I'm calm because a lot of the time I assess things in my head. Some people want a reaction right away. And when they don't get that reaction, they feel like I don't care. You know what I mean?
You're taking time to assess the situation.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because throughout my life, I've been rushing through things and
Mm-hmm.
making the wrong decisions or saying the wrong things.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, I'm caught up in my head like, damn, what should I say? What should I do? How will they receive it? You know what I mean? It's like a lot of questions I go through. But in the end of the day, you know, I'm human. Sometimes it ain't gonna be the right thing,
Yeah,
but
it's what it is.
Yeah,
you know, it's how you feel about it.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, yeah, definitely.
there's certain things that you know, there's truth and then there's opinion. And I feel like we gotta differentiate between the two.
Yeah,
you know, I feel
definitely.
like our society is lacking that understanding.
Yeah.
You know, we're basing how, well, it seems like, anyway, not me, but like it just seems like in life that people are basing their decisions on how to live based out of the opinions of others rather than even finding the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
it is that, you know,
crazy.
a lot of people scared to live, man. They see something and they want to strive to achieve to be like that. Be like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't take something from that and incorporate it within yourself, but be like you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You were made for a reason. You know what I mean? You were unique. So trying to be like somebody else is, you're going to lose yourself because you're constantly trying to aspire to be somebody else. Be you. Be innovative. Be different. You know what I mean?
Wanting to take the gold from me when you can't see the gold within yourself.
Yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely, man. It's like the dog that had the bone, you know what I mean? But when it looked in the water and it saw a dog with a bone, it dropped that bone and tried to jump in the water for the other bone, and it lost out.
Right.
Because it was watching its own reflection.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It is like that too.
Yeah.
That's the ego too. That's the ego playing a role. One of the greatest podcasters this world has ever known, Joe Rogan. You know, like he is.
He's real.
He's really
He's
good.
real. Yeah.
I love hearing his conversations. One thing he said that I always remember is like he's like, I don't like to take the good or the bad compliments. I don't want either of them. Like, because if one feeds the ego, one deflates it.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it didn't say it like that, but
but in a sense, that's what it comes down to.
That's what it felt like. You know, that's what it felt like to me when hearing it. It's like, you know, why would you want to take either or? You know, just be.
Yeah.
You know, just be.
Definitely.
You know, and I can understand that. I can understand that sentiment or where it's coming from, because why inflate my ego?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't need to be like thinking of myself like a god. I'm not God. You know, like, but I can understand why people do it, because the hunger and money, and they see how it works.
Yeah.
You know, they see how it attracts people's attention. Oh, look at this person, talk about this person.
Yeah, for sure, you know. And I think that's something that he had to go through and learn. Like, listen, I've been taking these compliments all this time, and I mean, nothing really amounted to it, you know what I mean? Or the same people that complimented them, as soon as they walk away, they say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, take it or don't take it, it's the same shit. So I'm just gonna let it be as it is and just live my life the way I see fit, you know? So I respect him for that, and I watch him too. You know, he's real. He's real. There's not a lot of real people out there.
There's not.
You know what I mean?
That's why, that's why it's like, it's for me, bro. You can't be on this podcast and not show your real self.
Yeah.
Because I'm showing my real self.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard for someone to do so. It's gonna be here for a long period of time. They're here for like at least, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna come out. It's just what it is. Like,
it is what it is.
It's
man.
not. This is not a polished show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta be transparent. You just gotta, you know what I mean, speak from your heart and be transparent. You know, no matter what you do, you know, you can't run away from the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is there.
Yeah.
You could use a lie and polish it up and make it sound like the truth, but the truth always comes out. So just be yourself, be honest with yourself, you know. So and a lot of people, they fail at that, you know, and they end up miserable, but all the real ones, they tell you the truth whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, even if it hurts, you learn from it. You know what I mean?
You would have rather known.
Yeah.
I would have rather known.
Yeah.
Fucking cut that band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'd rather somebody tell me the truth.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, you know. The cutting around and telling me something nice and trying to spare me from something, knowing that it's not that. Yeah, I feel like you kind of like deceived me, lied to me, you know. So keep it 100, keep it 100.
Yeah.
That's just how life is.
Well, you know, people are like pussy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's a level of sensitivity that people have.
People
you know?
are scared, bro. People are scared. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, because what are you tiptoeing around for? You know what I mean? For what reason? You know what I mean? Like, you can't confront your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's going
true,
on?
It's true. It's true. A lot of people don't want to look in the mirror and confront that part.
Yeah,
you know?
the ugly parts.
Yeah.
The ugly parts. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't duck it. You can't duck it. It is what it is, you know? Yeah. Said, look at it.
Look at it. You got, what are you going to do? Like, I don't know, bro.
Definitely.
I think, you ever seen that? It's an old Western movie, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
I've seen it like way back, but I can't like.
To be honest with you, I'm not gonna go into like the depths of the movie. I don't remember either. But I just love the title, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's life. That's life, bro.
Yeah, yeah. In life, there's always that. You know what I mean? The good, the bad, the ugly. Because no matter how good it is, it gets bad.
It gets bad.
No matter how bad it is, it still gets worse.
It could get ugly. Both shit. Both of them can get ugly. Yeah. The good and the bad. Too much good can get ugly. Yeah. Too much bad can get ugly.
It gets worse.
Shit.
No matter what it is, it gets to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, ugh.
You had too many donuts.
Facts. Yeah, man. You just gotta take it as it comes and make the best of it.
What do you think is a healthy body?
A healthy body? I'll say like something you can manage. If you can manage it and you feel like, you know, you could move freely, like
your mobility is good. You're not like,
oh! Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody has a different, like, mindset and what they want to look like. You know what I mean? But also, I feel a healthy body is like stay away from all that plastic surgery and all that, man. Like, because if you that insecure, you're not gonna be happy no matter what you do. Regardless. Yeah. Because that gonna lead to plastic surgery gonna lead to Botox. Botox gonna lead to your face looking all deformed at some point because as soon as
that shit don't look good, yo.
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
After a while, they all look the same.
Yeah.
First of all, right? Like, come on.
There's some people that do it so bad that they end up looking better before. Right. Some people do it in like moderation where it looks okay. Okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't talk shit. I actually had somebody on the podcast that shout out Sarah. She's mad dope. She like works in the city and like for plastic surgery and stuff like that, and like the guy that she works for is a doctor from Miami, right, from Florida, and apparently like he won't do just anything that the customer wants. It's like they'll only do like what's proportionate for their body and what would make sense for them.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, okay. They have a little bit more of a
standards,
understanding, and standards, and just like, make it bigger.
I mean, some people, in most cases, some people choose the money over the judgment. You know what I mean? Like, you want that? Okay, no problem. You're paying. But in some cases, people will look at you and say, I don't think that's gonna look good.
It doesn't work.
Let me do this, and you see how it works. You know what I mean? And that's the type of people you need. People that's gonna be honest with you.
Right.
Not people that's just gonna give you what you need and say, okay, you got it. You know
what
I mean? That's what's a piece of what's wrong with the world. You know what I mean?
That's very true.
People don't actually care enough to tell you like, yo,
you don't look good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got a booger in your face.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They'll just let you go along with it and just give you what you want and say, okay, no problem. I mean, so we got to hold each other accountable for that. So.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I always tell somebody if they have a booger in their face. That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yo, but all right. Well, what is something that you can tell? I feel like this conversation we can go on and on. Honestly, we could talk for hours. I'll definitely have you back on the podcast.
Yeah.
But what do you think that you can tell the viewers watching right now?
I could tell them.
Yeah.
I mean, be yourself. Be the change that you want to see. I mean, everything starts with you. You know what I mean? And the energy that you allow around you. I mean, and if you condone something that you know it's not right, then you're only a part of the problem. You know what I mean? You have to stand up for something. Because if somebody's wrong and you tell them they're right, eventually, at some point, you can't even tell them that they're truly wrong. Because you're so used to telling them that they're right. So just, be real, be honest, be transparent. That's just what it takes.
Is that a scar?
Yeah.
How'd you get that scar?
Man, it's a crazy story. I was probably 10, and I was still in St. Lucia. And my mother had sent me a bike, like a mongoose. I loved that bike so bad, and I borrowed it to my cousin one day, and he actually took the brakes off, and I didn't know. And
why would he take the brake off?
I don't know. It's weird to me. And St. Lucia is like mountains.
He was jealous.
Yeah.
He was like, this got a fucking mongoose bike. Fuck him.
It's either,
It's fucking...
that or he thought like he was a top-notch mechanic or something. And St. Lucia is like built on mountains. It's like nothing but mountains out there.
Really?
Yeah. And I had to go to, my grandmother wasn't feeling good that day, so I had to go to her sister who lives like in the next community. So
you have to climb a mountain?
I had to go down one and then like a steep hill and then go back up a steep hill.
And you did it with the bike?
And I did it with the bike.
And you didn't have the brakes on it. Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't have the brakes on it. And my cousin was with me. He was on the
one that took
bar.
off the brakes?
No.
Oh, okay.
My younger cousin.
Obviously, because why would he be on it?
Yeah.
He knows what he did.
And I'm going down the hill, and I feel the bike is going so fast, and I can't stop it. And I'm starting to think, like, what can I do? So I put my feet on the tire to slow down the rotation.
Burn your feet, right?
It started to burn my feet.
Yeah.
I took it off. I put it again, but it came to a point where I couldn't keep it on no more.
Fuck.
And
how fast do you think you were going? Like, that's like, bro, you can't even think that much.
Yeah, and it was a really steep hill, so it was picking up speed. As soon as I took my feet off, it would pick up speed right back. And at the end of the hill was a pile of sand. It's either I turn it to the left and end up at the, like, they call it a ravine. It's like a creek under the bridge.
Okay.
If I turn it there, I'll go into the creek, which is like 5 feet down. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I saw the pile of dirt. So I went in the pile of dirt. My cousin jumps off. He end up on the dirt. And I end up flying into since it's down a steep hill, there's a big wall that I just went head first in. And I didn't feel nothing. My whole body went numb. Till I started
got
feeling,
knocked out, right?
till the blood started dripping down my face, and I'm like catching it, and I'm like looking at my cousin like, yo, am I hurt? And he's like, yeah. Was
he hurt?
No, he was good. He was on the bar, and he fell off when the bike hit the
regular roll, tuck and roll type shit.
Yeah, he fell off when it hit the sand.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Yo, how'd you find out that he took the? Yeah, sorry, go on.
So I get to the top of the hill, and who I see going by? My father. I said, I think God has always looked out for me, man. For that to happen, and the first person I see when I go to the top of the hill was my father, just driving past, because back then he was driving a taxi, and he took me to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't know that the brakes was off, so I started going down that hill, and I tried to clamp the brakes.
How'd you find out that he did that shit? That he took out the brakes?
I didn't know till I started going down the hill and I tried to clamp the brakes.
That's when you like this motherfucker took off the brakes.
Yeah.
That's when you put like that's when you like that's when you
piece it
connected
together. Like, damn, I can't believe it did this. But
so fucked up.
yeah, but,
I'm so sorry, bro.
yeah, but I
I'm
feel
laughing,
like
but it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. So, what was your first fucking conversation with this motherfucker?
I don't believe I ever said anything to him.
What?
Yeah, because I was young, man, and it was such a long time ago. It's like I remember like pieces, but I don't remember talking to him.
Wow.
Even when I went back there, like at the start of the pandemic, I seen him and a part of me still had that inside. Yeah, like yo, I can't believe you.
I still got this shit. No, but it's not bad though. It's not bad. But damn, yeah, I would have fucking. I mean, damn, why would you do that to someone? That's crazy. He was a hater. He's still out there hating. Right? He's probably still out there hating.
He out there hating. It's true. You know.
See, I knew it.
It's true.
That's funny.
He's a hater, man.
Yeah, man. But see, that's like always been.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like people are weird, bro. Like I don't get it. Like they suck. You know, life could be so much better if you're not a hater.
Yeah, it's true though. Like if everybody focused on just bettering themselves, life wouldn't be like that.
So much better.
Yeah,
having a good time, all laughs.
But
jokes,
you see somebody with something, you want it.
You want it.
Yeah,
it's like
that's just
fuck.
Dick.
I hope you finally got your mongoose.
That was trash. I never looked at it the same again. Oh man.
That's funny as shit. But all right, bro. Do you have any questions for me?
Like, what made you want to do this? Like,
this podcast?
Set a platform, yeah.
Yeah, man. I literally, like I told you, I believe God created us all for a reason. You know what I mean? And this is a platform for people to represent that and show that. And how you feel and how God created you, I want this to be exposed. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be shown. I also think it's a great way to connect and network with people. And like, if you're working on certain things, hey, look, I'm working on certain things, and we can work on certain things together. I find people doing different things all the time. It keeps me inspired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. I love it, man. Like I wish that this becomes successful enough that I could freaking don't have to work. You know what I mean? Like, well, not an actual job. Because like, that's the thing about me is that, you know, like, if I become successful with my passions with what I do, I'm just going to want to do more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some people, they want to become successful to not do many things, but that's not how I'm looking at it at all. Like, I want to be able to do more and provide more. You know what I mean? Like, not just like, I don't know.
Definitely. I understand what you mean, though. Like, this just a stepping stone to more greatness.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish you the best, man.
Thank you, bro.
More prosperity, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Once you do the work, everything else follows.
Yeah.
So keep putting in the work. You there. You're already there.
Thank you,
You just
bro.
gotta stay motivated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Keep connecting with people.
Yes.
Because networking is how you really understand, like, what people are about and how far you could go. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody just come your way and they open up the door to the next step for you. So, and you pretty chill, man. you a good guy, man.
Thank you, bro.
Every time we meet, it's like it's all
good
love.
energy.
So, you know what I mean?
Always, every single time.
Yeah, so
I always comment. It's always well, you know what it is when you go to the gym and then you always end up seeing the same people eventually. You know, like it's like all right, and it's like I you find that commonality and respect, you know, and I appreciate seeing you at the gym going hard, bro. It makes me inspired. I'm like, all right, yo, I want to get to that point too. You know what I mean?
I try, man.
Nah, for real, bro. And yo, where can the people find you, bro? You have Instagram?
They can't find me nowhere but
At
here.
the gym.
You find me here. You find me at the gym, man. Honestly, man, I got off social media. I get too caught up in it. You know what's going on in the world.
Right.
You know what people think. Try to live up to a standard like that would make people like me more. It's like I got caught up in it too much, and I just had to step away for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, all the best to everybody that go through the social and they could maintain that healthy mindset. But I'm just here. I'm just doing my thing.
I appreciate you, bro.
I'm local.
So yeah.
A go. What's the conversation? Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know.